Man, you ever think about the fact that the black race is basically going extinct? Why? Because ain't nobody making no babies. I mean, it's just bad. No interest in making babies is crazy. It is fucking insane. No interest in making babies? You don't want to make no babies? Something has came over us to the point that we don't want to make no babies. Is it because the men ain't shit and they dick it and they nut ain't good? Nah, that ain't it. Because, you know, girls still get babies. They can't build households. Wait a minute. Is it because the women are so much to deal with and they take so much grooming in order for you to get to the stage of making babies that it ain't even really worth it? You know, you got to stop them from drinking alcohol. You got to stop them from cursing so much. You got to stop them from fighting all the time. You got to stop them from doing so many things, twerking. You got to stop, you know, just for them to be a decent person to look at and say, you know what? You are mother material. Fuck wifey material. Fuck all that shit. You mother material. And you just don't seem to look at women that way these days. You know, I guess somehow they got so absorbed with the hoes because they thought men like hoes. You know, oh, y'all like these hoes out here. No, the hoes are right, but we don't want them to be our mamas and no stuff like that. So they got so absorbed with these hoes because, you know, chicks don't worry about nobody but chicks. So they got so absorbed with these hoes thinking that's what men like. Not realizing, oh, we don't mind the hoes. We don't mind playing with the hoes. But we would never let them hoes have babies and, you know, try to build a household with the hoes. So if you try your best to be like one of the hoes, then, you know, we kind of like, hey, man, we ain't going to turn down. I ain't the one to turn down no motherfucking putty. But me thinking about building a household with that motherfucker is another story. Me thinking about building a family and long-term relationship with that person is another story, you know. So the whole tendencies that y'all done took on with the hairdo, the $500 heads, and your nail sets, and your, you know, all of the, you know, Jezebel things that y'all got going on, that's just more expensive. It ain't really necessary. It's just more money to spend. You can cut your own fucking nails and paint your own nails if you want to, like you've been doing. You can wash your own fucking hair and do your own hair. Probably be better for you because shit, all the chemicals they put in your hair ain't doing nothing but pulling it, making it fall out. The weave, same thing. You know that already pulling, put glue in your hair. That got to be the dumb. I mean, you tell kids not to put gum in their hair, but then meanwhile y'all grow up and go put glue in your fucking hair. Fucking smart as that. What else? The wigs. Hey man, eventually you're gonna wear a wig later on when you get older. You ain't got to do that shit now. So all that shit is extra money spent before we even get to fucking kids and all that shit. You have became the center of all attention, all economic pulls. You are, everything go towards the hoes. See, that's why we don't mind playing with the hoes. Why? Because we know it's gonna cost us a couple of dollars, but we already know it ain't gonna cost us a couple of dollars every day. We gonna mess with this hoe today and we ain't gonna never see her again. Or we gonna mess with her today and we ain't gonna see her for 9 months or 10 years or whatever the fuck it is. You know, a wife or a mother of our child is something a little bit more economic efficient. Something that makes sense. Something that can't show up with all these fucking bills and demands and all this bullshit from the door. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a thing. You know, she know how to budget things. You know, not saying she got to be cheap. She still know how to get the good things through budgeting. Not just some stinky ass hoe that thinks she, you know, entitled to some shit because she got, you know, she got a little bit of a body with her. Or she got some, you know, a nose in the right place and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a thing, you know. But it all narrowed down to less children. But you know, I'm talking about less children because it's that much of an issue. Because less children mean less people. Less people mean no future. So if we don't start finding some joy within ourselves with one another, I think we better start thinking about joining another race, because it ain't gonna be no more us. But y'all check it out, y'all let me know what y'all think about that. See.